Welcome back, MOTers, Nerdiverse alumni. It is MOTN Live, where anything can happen. I'm, of course, your host, Mike G. On the mic right now with me is Wash, the man, the myth, the legend. Was cracking, Broseph.
Yo, what up? It's Friday night. What's going on, man?
It's Friday night. It's not a blood moon, but any moon could be a blood moon if you're mad enough.
Dude,
You know what
there's
I'm
two
saying?
moons in the sky. Like these are weird times we're living in.
That's no moon, it's a space station, my man.
Quite possibly.
Yeah, you ever
We
seen
may
that
get
movie?
there.
You ever seen the movie Moonfall with Halle Berry,
Oh my God.
where they split the
No.
moon in half, Doug?
Yes, no, dude, no,
That
I did
movie is
not.
super stupid, Doug. It's
Because
super dumb.
it got terrible reviews, man. And I was like, you know what? We're just gonna skip. I don't have many hours, so. mm, so
Oh
in
man.
reference to your earlier question of Fabergé egg, inside was a hidden surprise, often a small, exquisite object such as a miniature model, clock, or animal. And that is per chat GPT.
What they what they mean animal, Doug? There's like a
Miniature
creature
horse, you
inside.
know what I mean? With like jewels on it and things of that nature. You know what I'm
Oh,
talking about.
I thought it was like a live beast, Doug.
I
You
got
know,
this.
like if I go crack it open and like a baby otter gonna come out or something,
Oh
Doug.
God,
You know,
maybe.
you know, that would be sick, Doug. Just a baby. We were talking about cryptids last time. Just a baby cryptid, Doug.
Dude, a baby cryptid? I don't know, bro. No, that's
You
unnecessary.
don't.
Pardon me, I'm
You
just
wouldn't
gonna
want a
camp.
baby cryptid, Doug.
No.
Just just for you.
Hey, folks, I'm really sorry about this shiny spot right on my head that's like, hey, this dude's kind of bald right
Joe,
there.
what's cracking, Doug? Don't worry about the baldness, man. It comes for all of us, Doug.
I'm
It
sorry.
comes for us all.
We're still
What's
working out the
cracking,
lighting here
Joseph,
in the
Doug?
jail cell.
Oh man, it's fine, Doug. Hey man,
Joseph.
they're not in the they're not in jail with you. You're not in jail with them. They're in jail with you, bro. You know. And plus,
Yeah.
the light makes you look like you're favored by God, bro.
I, I, your
Toots, what's
practice.
cracking?
Evening toots.
What's going on? MOTM alum Toots is hitting us up, bruh. She's out in the universe, spreading the goodwill. You know, what I mean,
Doing the
soul
good
winning for the
works.
MOTN, doing the good works, soul winning for the MOTNers, dog. Have you accepted Darth Vader as your Lord and Savior, dog?
Not recently.
If someone asked you, Brian, have you accepted on mom mode? I know how I don't know how that goes, but Godspeed, good luck and Godspeed. You know what I'm saying? For I have yet to become a mother.
The penitent man will pass. I mean, at least today you got something that's, recognizable, not covering the archives of geekdom lore. Like the penitent man will pass. Shout out Expedition Unknown. They just did you know, uh Pietiti P yeah, I can't remember. Where the whole scene took place. The penitent man will pass.
Yeah, the penitent man kneels before God, bro.
Yeah, the oh man, I literally just watched it an hour ago. I'm sorry, all you people, but go
Yes,
watch
Indiana
this movie,
Jones and
Expedition
Indiana
Unknown.
Jones on the Last Crusade, dog.
Yes,
The penitent
correct.
man, dog. Oh, I got a message from I like to call him Mike G Prime, and he watches the show, and he wanted me to thoroughly explain uh what Clintatu meant, since both of y'all were just like, "What are you talking about?" You know what I mean?
Petra. Yes. Yes, I mean, yes. Go ahead. Explain.
Just long story not so long. Clintatu was the planet that was overrun by the bugs and Starship Troopers that got super destroyed. And so when the new sky captain, the sky lieutenant, was saying that they needed to double their war efforts, it was due to that they can ill afford another Klendatsu, bro. Simple and clean.
I mean, it's
It's the
as
way
recognizable as Alderaan.
Elderon, bro. Can you imagine being on vacation to Elderon at the exact same time?
No, but yes, there were some people off base, and they're like, "Yeah, man, we were off base, but we were just kind of on a family mission, and I got on this spaceship, and then next thing we know, boom, and yeah, they're upset now, and actually they're in space, like shooting up things. So, yeah, with Leia.
Hey, man, we bought this beachfront property at Pompeii. We're gonna go visit this weekend. You know, I heard it's beautiful in the summer.
Yeah,
And
man.
next thing you know, you're frozen in time like this, dog. You know,
I
forever.
mean, shout out to those in Florida. You have our best.
Speaking of which, yes, I heard the hurricane dissipated quite a bit. Like it turned from a category 5 to like a what? A category 3 is where it ended up
Category
being.
three, yep, but some lives were lost, a lot of damage done, a lot of
Oof.
people without homes, so it's going to be a tough road for a
Yeah,
little while. But
and they're back to back hurricanes, right? They just got off the back of another hurricane, right?
yeah, I want to say like 7, 8 days earlier, if that. So
Oof. Yes, thoughts and prayers. If you got family out there, call them, make sure they straight. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. I don't even know how to segue off that big break.
yeah,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't know. That's a good one for you to be bringing up on a Friday night. That's what we're here for. Um,
Anything could happen on MOTN Live.
that is the point.
Anything, anything. Um,
So
what's
let me
up?
ask you, what'd you get into this week, man? Anything fun?
What did I do, man? I started a new occupation, so I've been wrapping my brain around that for the most part. I played a bit of Starfield Shattered Space. I played a
Yeah,
bit
there
of
you
that,
go.
maybe a good 2, 3, 4 hours of that, bro.
How is it?
It's very, you know how when you play Fallout and it's DLC time, and they take you to DLC land, and you're in DLC land for the whole DLC. It's like, hey, welcome to Point Lookout. You're going to be in Point Lookout for the remainder of this DLC. You know what I mean? And it's the same thing. It's like, hey, you like the snake folks? You like snake bras? You're in Snake Bruh land for the whole entirety of this DLC, and you're not going to interact with anything outside of it.
And I guess my question comes a couple every once in a while that mechanic works, okay? In Fallout it was barely tolerable. In one of my favorite games, Morrowind,
Mm-hmm.
not as tolerable when you're like, "Hey man, I want to go back over here." And it's like, "No, you're just locked, bro, until all this kind of wraps up." So, how does it feel? Is it a world that you want to spend time in, or are you just kind of like, I can go back to Jameson, whatever.
It's kind of like I can go back to Jameson, bro. It's very pretty. It looks like a what is it? A James Dean album cover, dog. You know what I'm saying? It's like Space 1919, 1919, 1919, 1919. Where it's just super colorful. You know what I mean?
Uh,
Um, and it's just a lot of the same, dog. It's just
well,
okay.
for full disclosure to our fans out there, like, how many times have you beaten Starfield now?
I've been Starfield about 12 times, 13, 14 times. Yeah.
Commitment. So
No, it's just you just do the runs, bro. You just keep running. Keep doing the runs, dog.
after 12 or 13 playthroughs, you get a new world, new sandbox to play in. Are you looking forward to going back to playing, or is it already kind of like, well,
No, I'm curious to see what new weapons are there, what new interactions. I already ran into a random quarrel between two brothers that wanted to fight each other to the death, and I had to figure out how to stop that. Just walking through the street, you know what I mean? Just they were arguing, and I'm me being nosy. What are you guys talking about? I'm gonna kill my brother. Okay, and you got to figure that out. Just it's DLC stuff. I want to see if I get new powers, what kind of ships I have. I haven't even tested the driving mechanic yet, so I'm curious to
Okay.
see how that goes. So I'm
Apparently, it
excited.
can be tightened up a little bit after my first impressions. It seems as though you can RPG that up and tighten it up, but it really feels like a Twisted Metal car times Mass Effect 1 car gone wrong.
Oh, that's a
Yeah,
bad card.
yeah. I mean, I
Mass Effect
got in
One
and
driving mechanics. Dios
and I
mío,
love
oh
Twisted
Dios
Metal. I'm
mío.
not throwing shade, but they didn't have the best, control tightness going.
What game had the best car driving feel ever to you?
Ah,
Like
I
the
really
feel, like
hate to say
I just
this.
don't want to. I don't want to get out this car, bro.
Grand Theft Auto kind of does that. It does kind of hit the points because,
Hmm.
even though it's not a realistic necessarily drive, I mean, unless you live in LA, in which case, yeah, it really kind of is. But the Gran Turismo, nice shout out. But I really, that's a car that I've spent time in just listening to the radio, going from one end to the other.
Feels good to drive, right?
Yeah, what was that? You got the ghost voice going?
Yeah, I got powers now, Doug. I did it.
All right.
This is what happens when you beat Starfield at least once. You get these abilities, Doug. You got to beat the game at least once, and
Well,
you
work 4 days in.
and you can do this.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, there you
yeah.
go.
Have you ever played Split Second on like the PS2?
God, that was a long time ago. Yeah, I didn't spend a lot of time with it because I was more of a Nintendo guy, but yeah, I did get to play some Split Second.
Man, that game is great. It's like driving through a movie set. You know what I'm saying? And you get to like push a button and like something cinematic will happen. You have to drive through it. It's like a racing game.
Yeah.
Or
Actually, it
what's hmm?
it reminds you a lot of kind of that Max Payne feel. You're only in control, you know what I mean? So it's like
Hmm.
you had that yeah, I'm gonna slow crap down and move around.
Oh, did you ever play Need for Speed Hot Pursuit where you get
Yes,
chased by cops?
absolutely.
Ooh, that's a good
But
car feel.
I'd like to retract my statement though and go Daytona arcade machine. Daytona,
Daytona,
dude. So many
Daytona,
hours, so many tokens, man.
Daytona, USA, dog.
I
In the
mean,
chair. I mean, we're old, dog.
we're still missing like that good Outrun sequel, that same genre of type of deal. Because I was an Outrun lover, man. I'd still, if I saw an Outrun machine, I'd be happy to blow 2 hours just being
Wasn't
like, look
there
at this
another
machine.
one called like Cruising California,
Cruising
Cruising US,
California, Cruising
Cruising US,
USA.
Cruising
Yeah,
USA? That was on Nintendo 64, bro. That was
yeah.
another one that was goaded. And when you drove in the first person, the the flies will hit your windshield, bro.
Let me know if you're picking up any of that fan sound, and we'll cut that. But it's getting a little hot in the studio this evening
Hey, bro.
in
Sometimes,
Wisconsin, October.
welcome to global warming. Welcome. Where Optimus is gonna bring you a fan, dog.
I
You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean,
Where Optimus is gonna come and play you in Street Fighter. You know, talk about playing the computer, dog. You ready for that?
what?
What you mean?
Playing what computer?
Play the
What?
computer, dog. You have to play Optimus, dog, in Street Fighter. You know, Elon Musk's robot, dog,
No,
Optimus.
no. Oh, no, no. I'm
You have to
not
play
that
him in
deep,
Street
apparently.
Fighter. Nah,
No.
he just rolled out his iRobot stormtroopers like yesterday, dog. You see him?
Oh, no, I have not. Oh,
Op-
I got you. Yes, I got you. Now it's coming together,
yeah.
dude. You Street Fighter, Optimus. I got Transformer. I'm like, did they make them in Street Fighter?
Nah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
We're gonna be at the old folks' home playing Optimus in Street
There
Fighter
we go.
Seven.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, 20, 30K, I'd get one, man. Those stuff, I- I'm good with it. Just
Can it?
show me where the off button is and those neural networks to stick a knife in if necessary. That's all.
Uh, there is no off button, bro. That's the secret. There's no off button.
Uh,
Hey,
there has
Brendan.
to be an off button.
I already did. I totally explained it for Mike G Prime, as I would call it, and you would have, and that's at the beginning of the show. So that is at the beginning of the show. Uh, aren't you afraid of our robot overlords, bro?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's
How
fine.
so?
No, I
Teach me how
do
to
it.
not be afraid, dog.
I mean, just be open. Like there once wasn't television, and then there was, and there once wasn't the internet, and then there was, and then like all the phones disappeared. And what am I gonna do without a phone booth? And you know what? We've survived without the phone booth. So when you say, "Hey, there's a giant robot that can talk, speak, tell me the secrets of the world and chop some vegetables at the same time," yeah, we're gonna go on and just find something else to do.
See, that's that Star Trek optimism that I love, dog. You know what I mean? It's that things are going to work out. The Vulcans are going to come and give us warp drives. The AI is going to be our best friend and not find us obsolete immediately. It's going to be great, dog.
Listen, the future is coming, whether you want it to or not. So, the next minute's coming. So it's like
I
resist or
mean,
embrace.
resistance is futile, dog. Resistance is futile, dog. It's resist or embrace, dog. I can't get with that. I'm definitely in the resistance group, dog. I'm in the rebellion, you know, with with EMP bombs in my drawers, dog. I can't allow it, dog.
Well, if you're asking me, do I need to keep an EMP in my house? I'm not going to tell you not to. You know what I mean? Because you don't know.
You
You
don't
don't know.
know. What if that thing
So being
decides, dog?
prepared, like, yes, be prepared, but at the exact same time, I'm looking for a life preserver. I don't swim. I realize we live in a world where there's a lot of water now. It's like, you know what? Maybe a life preserver would be handy here in the house that I can just kind of throw on as, whatever water takes me away.
When in water being the wave of Nimrod level robots that are flying over Los Angeles, dog. You know, that just come
Oh,
out of the. Hmm?
oh, oh
Are
man, I
we
should have
roll?
hardwired in. Are we in? Are we
Yeah,
here?
we're
Am
in.
I here?
I think we're
All right.
good. I think
Uh,
we're
I
good.
know you're not a big advocate of negative hype, but spoiler alert: Waterworld is one of the worst movies ever made. I said it.
No, it's historically bad, and there's no negativity about that. It's beautiful.
Okay.
It's so bad. It's beautiful.
Everybody, you
You know,
see, no, it's just bad. It's
no,
not
it's so bad. It's
beautiful.
amazing. It's a work of art. The dude had gills, bro. That's crazy.
I
They
watched
had the
it three
whole.
times in the theater, got up and left each of the three times.
Okay,
There was a
you know
cute
what?
girl out in the lobby, and I was like, yeah, I'm just going to go chat her up and skip
Yeah,
the rest of this.
epic.
My friends loved it, and everyone I've spoken to, they love it. They're like, yeah, Waterworld, great movie. The movie's trash, bro.
You know what redeems
Trash.
Waterworld though? You know what redeems it? The Water World theme park exhibit at Universal Studios, Doug. That redeems it, Doug.
I did not know anything about this.
Yes, there was a
Spiel.
Water World show where the giant Water World ship flies and splashes people, and it was fireworks and escapades. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
do you have yourself a MetaQuest yet? A little VR headset?
Nah, man, those things are like 5 bands, Doug. I'm broke, man.
Well, all right. At any rate, you can use those and kind of experience. Some people have done different builds, and you can experience yesteryear Universal Studio attractions, and thus, like the old Jaws that doesn't exist anymore. You can kind of
I
go through
was
the
just
VR.
gonna. Brennan read
I
my
did not.
mind.
I didn't know this
Brennan
was
read
a
my
thing.
mind.
I turned on a YouTube
So,
channel one day, and yeah,
did you watch the
Conan.
Conan show? Conan show with the waterfall of drape, dog? With the waterfall drape?
Yeah.
That's a part of my childhood, dog. I'll never forget. My dad bought me the Conan sword, dog. It was it was mine.
Ooh.
At the sword of Conan, bro. That was
Extensive book library as well.
Conan is the Conan. I mean, like the paperback books,
The paper,
not just the comics.
yes, the paperback
Whew.
books is what I'm referencing. I just found those
Yeah,
fairly recently, and I was like, oh, this goes deep, deep, deep.
you
I
want to fall
mean,
into a rabbit hole? watch some Conan the Barbarian, bro. I read Conan. It's a whole lot,
yeah.
dog.
As we were talking about earlier, not this stream, but just in general, those multi, what do I call them? Multi-platform properties like
Yeah,
Conan, which has
that
been done in movie, book,
book,
comic.
cartoon, video
Yeah,
game.
just the rich, extensive history you can get from those mediums. Like it just brings enjoyment of a property. It just ratchets it up a notch because, the Conan you get on television is not necessarily the Conan you see in the book. The Conan you see in the book is much more Game of Thrones, like territorial, wars, this type of thing, politics. And it's like, damn, I didn't know.
Yeah, it's kind of like Star Trek, right? Where
Yeah.
Star Trek fans swear up and down about the books. And you know what I'm saying? Like the books are super, super good. Did you know that Star Trek met the X-Men, dog? You know
No,
what I mean?
I did not know
The
the Star
X-Men
Trek.
Star Trek and Captain Picard. I think the X-Men met both Picard and Kirk, dog. I think they met both of them. Don't
What?
ask me how that happens, but they met both
What?
of them in their prime, dog. And they went on
Was
an
it
adventure.
Cyclops or like
It
Xavier?
was Cyclops, Xavier, Wolverine, Storm, and they fought the Borg, bro. And they fought the Klingons. It was super stupid and amazing.
All right, I'm
Yeah,
gonna have to find this.
yeah. Like I think it's something dumb like uh Spock did the Vulcan net pitch on Wolverine and it worked, dog. Just crazy. It knocked him out. He went like this. He
Well,
went like this and broke him off, dog.
Wolverine can be knocked out. He's just not indestructible.
Yeah, he just
Wait,
he's
he's just indestructible.
no,
Pardon
he's
me.
just unkillable. He's destructible.
Unkillable. There you go.
He's just unkillable. And Wolverine's been reduced to bone, dog. He's somehow figured it out. You know.
Which is
Uh,
weird.
you know who could take down Wolverine real quick? It was like Jigglypuff, dog.
Who?
Jigglypuff,
Oh,
the
Jigglypuff.
Pokemon, put
That's
his ass to sleep. You
Why do you
know.
think I said who?
Yeah.
that wasn't the matchup I was expecting, even though Celebrity
Nah.
Deathmatch was a big that was a big fan of that show. Love
Talk
the
about something to run back, dude. Wouldn't you love to run back Celebrity Deathmatch, bro?
I just like to use VR and AI now to create what you just said. So it's like let's put Wolverine versus Jigglypuff right now, man. Let's
See
do
what
it. I mean,
happens. Dog.
I can type it up. I can tell you who would win, but I'd love a visual representation of that.
I think you got a good 5 years before you get that. Just make your own movies type stuff. You know what I
Actually, it's here. They just haven't taken the
mean? It
the
was called
handcuffs
Joker.
off.
It was called Joker, Freud, or whatever that shit was called.
Funny. Ah, Tootie,
the,
are you still here? Did you watch Joker?
the director just type in "What if Joker was a musical" into like Chat GPT and just shot out a script.
Dude. Like, and not only apparently did you make a terrible movie, I have not seen it, nor the
I've not
first one,
seen it,
but
and I nor do I
you
do I want.
you come out after the movie's out, and you essentially are just like, yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
it's
care,
bad.
whatever, it's
It's supposed
bad.
to. It's supposed to
It's
be bad.
it's the movie I
Yeah.
wanted to make. You don't
Did you
like it?
see
I
that?
didn't expect you to. What?
Someone said it's supposed to be bad, dog. Are you serious? Is that what we're doing? Oh
Okay.
no.
There's a lot of text, but in closing, Wolverine's durability, healing factor, and combat prowess give him a significant edge, while Jigglypuff's sing could temporarily incapacitate him. Wolverine's resilience would likely allow him to wake up and overpower Jigglypuff. Therefore,
That's rough.
Wolverine would be the winner.
You know what? I can't argue that logic, bro.
Uh,
It
it's
would be a
AI, it's
fight
the
though.
future.
It's the future. How you gonna argue with the future?
You can't.
You can't. Like you said, resistance is futile, Doug.
It's
You
like
know,
arguing with the past. It's like arguing with a minute ago. Like, you can't.
and you can't argue with past MOTN live titles, Doug. You can't argue with them. They've already happened.
They've already happened. The mistake's already been made in one
Mistake.
such case.
No, mistakes in the miracles, Doug. Mistakes in the miracles.
That's
That's
great.
disturbing. That's rough. Oh man, bro. What have you been watching lately? What have you been doing, Doug?
You know what? I had the chance to check out the franchise on HBO. That comedy, uh, dark comedy. I'm not sure what it's going to turn out to be, but it is about think of The Office or Parks and Rec, but about a film crew making a franchise like superhero movie.
Cool.
And yeah, I don't want to say it's kind of like that. I've been on some sets, no superhero sets, but I've been on a couple of sets, and yeah, it was coming through with some fun, eh, why am I doing this type of vibes? But at the same time, it was super entertaining. So I know they're one episode in. Um, I definitely recommend checking that out because I mean I think you're gonna laugh for sure, for sure.
Did you end, did you end up watching the Penguin? Did you catch up to that?
Not yet. I'm on the first episode of Agatha Penguin. I
It's
know I
hard to get
need
into, man.
to, but it's hard to just turn on because you kind of know what you're gonna get, and
Yeah,
it's like I'm just
you don't
Matt
have
Reeves
to, bro.
Batman.
You don't have to, dog. It's like it
Yeah,
means
you
nothing
kind of do.
in the grand scheme of things.
Eh,
It means nothing. You
I
know,
I did not know the Riddler's first year. Do you know? I'm sure you know this, correct? Riddler's first year, part of Matt Reeves' superhero universe. What is that?
that was a book that was written by like the actor or something like that by Paul Dano. It was a
Mm,
book. It was a comic. Paul Dano wrote the comic, and DC said sure, and just put it out. You know what I mean?
okay.
That has ties to the Reeves verse or whatever they're calling it. You
Yeah,
know,
the Reeves first. I,
I don't know. The MOTN verse, the Nerdiverse, as it were. Wait
yes.
till we get spin-off shows that are like novellas, dog. It's gonna be tight. The MOTN novella, this gonna be sick.
Again, I do need to watch it, but as we spoke about last week, if you told me, "Hey, Batman's in it," I would have watched it already. I would have watched all
Yeah,
the episodes already, but you did
but you
not
want to
tell
know,
me Batman's in it.
but you want to know
And
secret? He's not, dog.
uh,
Apparently, he's not. We won't know for sure until the end, but they're swearing up and down he ain't in it, bro. They're swearing up and down.
and I'm not the biggest
Because
Colin
what?
Farrell fan.
But
Sorry.
I mean, what's the logical through line for the Penguin? He's gonna win? No, he has to lose, Doug. Like, so who's gonna thwart the Penguin, Doug? Is he gonna get an umbrella,
I mean,
little top hat?
yeah, I'm assuming, year one, Penguin year one, isn't that what it's called?
I hate.
Where are
I'm
we
gonna,
in
I'm
the
gonna,
Penguin story? Are we at the
I'm
big
gonna tell
origin
you.
story?
I hate all year ones, Doug. I hate them all. I hate all year ones.
I tell you what
They're
I
so
don't hate.
redundant.
Zombie movies day zero. I find that
Those are
crap to be
sick. Yeah,
fascinating. It's
80
like
zombie movie Day Zero is crazy.
the moment the crap goes down and you're working and all of a sudden a zombie busts through a window and you're like, oh shit.
Mm,
Like this, I am captivated with this day because it can just go so wrong on so
so
many different
south.
levels.
What's the
So
singularity?
no, day zero zombies.
Oh
Like the
no,
day.
did you watch the opening of Dawn of the Dead by Zack Snyder?
You know what? I don't think I caught that one. I think I missed that.
If you want a really good like day one, okay, it's the morning. It's literally the dawn of the dead,
I'm in.
and
I'm in.
everybody's like, "What the hell is happening?" You know what I mean?
I'm in. In fact, I've been so entrenched in zombie books, and I guess the what I like about them is you don't have to finish one because it's like day zero, and then just flip to a new book. It's like day zero over
Yeah,
here.
just keep
The same
just
crap.
just
You know
just
what I
take the
mean?
pepperonis right off the pizza, dog, and throw out the pizza. Just take the
It's
pepperonis right off the top. You
so
know?
I'm very interested, and I've actually been thinking about giving a because I never finished The Walking Dead. I got through like 5 or 6 seasons, and then I had to tap out. But I've been thinking about kind of going back and seeing that after the new Daryl Dixon trailers. Daryl, I don't know the name what they're calling it. Daryl Dixon, I think.
Yeah, I don't. I try getting into The Walking Dead. You know what I'm saying? I just, and trust me, I'm almost one of those cats who had all the graphic novels. You know what I'm saying? So I was following it, and um, after I would say spoilers, they killed Coral. I was kind of out. I was just like, I was kind of out. You know what I'm saying? But
I I tapped out when they got to the jail and like they had
that's
everything that they needed.
early. That's
Well,
early. Like
well, here's
day
the
zero,
thing.
right? Day zero.
No, it's like season 3 or season 4. I watched the next season after, at least half of it. But they got to the jail, it had everything they needed, and then they're like, "No, we need to go back out." And I was like, "Why?"
No,
You see,
everything went wrong real fast, dog.
this is the thing. Like, what if you're in the zombie apocalypse, Mike? And I know your feelings on it. You're like, "No, I'm done, bro." But
Yeah, I'm
let's
finished.
assume
Yeah, so
let's assume you make it. Let's assume you
okay.
happen to be somewhere you got everything you need. What
Yeah.
becomes the goal during the zombie apocalypse? Are we in the Will Smith category where we're trying to fix the plague? Are we trying to repopulate the world? Are we just trying to survive what ends up being like the rest of the zombie apocalypse? So what is the goal, your goal?
Yeah.
Fascinating.
It's really like, what's your flavor, man? What are you into? Are you like all your inhibitions are gone at that point? So are you the I'm going to sow my royal oats and repopulate the earth? Are you the I'm the hero, so I'm going to fix the problem? Are you a
What are you
coward?
gonna do?
What are you
Are
going
you
to
just
do?
gonna sit there and okay, so I'm safe, right? We got supplies. There's like 5 of us around. Zombies are out there. What now?
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna say one word, and it's gonna solve. It's gonna answer your question. Two
All right,
words technically. The Beatles.
the Beatles.
There's always one that has to break the group apart. It's not gonna last. Your peace will never last. There's always one that's gonna mess it up, and they're gonna go outside to take a piss and get bit and not tell nobody, and come back in, and guess what? Now you got a situation.
True.
It's inevitable.
True.
Unless you're solo dolo, you and your dog Scruffy, and even Scruffy can mess it up.
And
Even
you see,
Scruffles can mess it up, dog.
this is part of the
You
zombie
know,
apocalypse I don't
you got to be
understand.
solo dolo. You got to be by yourself, otherwise it's
You
gonna
gotta go
fail.
solo. You gotta go solo. And that's
And
kind
then
of
you
where
go
I'm at.
insane. But then you might as well just be dead because you're gonna go insane.
Well, you're by yourself. It's like I'm a one man type of show. What are we doing? Are we gonna go to a
How
lab
long?
and you
But
know,
it's that substantial. How long is
I,
that gonna last? You can be 30
I
years by yourself.
I don't know. This is my
You
point of the
straight?
question. Are we trying to get the grid back on? Like what is the
No.
goal?
It depends on what your personality is, man. I'm a coward. I'm gonna stay in my little bunker until you find me. You're gonna find me like in Fallout. You're gonna find me as a skeleton with mad med packs and inhalers. You're gonna see a skeleton with inhalers and
A
med
terrible
packs.
diary that's like tells a terrible tale.
There's gonna be
Like
hard copies of Silver Surfer next to me, bro. That's gonna be. That's how you're gonna find me, dog. Like, but that's me. But what if you're the hero? I'm the main character. I'm going to solve the problem. I'm going to fit. You go off and die, or I need to be around people. I'm going to gather all my buddies, and we're all going to die. You're all going to die no matter what, Doug.
Look, it's in my personality. I don't think I could just sit there. I'd have to secure like
See?
a small city or something just to
Yeah.
like, maybe bring back some services. I'm not saying I'm a
Okay.
hero. I'm not trying to bring back the world, but it's like, what am I going to do? Sit in this room all day?
But you can't do it by yourself. You need a squadron, dog. You need like a team of people to help bring your dream to life, dog. And
And
they
this
will eventually screw you over.
and this
It's
is
human
where
nature.
I'm like, no, like
There's no zombie apocalypse is impossible. It's impossible to navigate, dog,
the
because
human
you're going to
element.
die. The human element. We can't be, bro. We can't be. Even now, we haven't had war in forever, and we're still arguing with each other over to Brennan's question about Green Lantern. We're arguing so we're fighting with each other over color, over shades of brown. We have nothing else to do, dog. As humans, we're just garbage, dog. We have. You will find
Yay! Friday
your
night
team.
MOTN.
Hey, anything could happen. The existential horror of the
Judy,
human
we
nature.
need you.
Tootie, we need you to brighten this up because I'm a Debbie Downer tonight. I don't know what it is.
That's funny. And yes, DC did hire a Green Lantern. Do you know the dude, Mike? I'm not really familiar with him, but the eyes
Yeah.
did work.
Watch that movie on Netflix. What's it
Know
called?
that
Like
one.
Bad yeah, the Bad Neck Bridge or something like that, where he's Blambo. He's pretty much Black Rambo. He's Blambo. And Blambo goes into town and tries to solve the problem, and the cops are giving him a hard time, but they're not prepared for Blambo. So Blambo comes through, and that role won him the Green Lantern role. So Bob's your uncle. We got a Green Lantern. You know, can I say it one more time?
Blambo.
Blambo. Yeah,
I like it. I think you can
yeah.
make a movie called Blambo. I mean,
I
they
want to
made
get
a
a T-shirt
movie
of this
called.
dude, Blackula.
Uh, th- I'm thinking more the Magical School of Negroes.
Oh, don't get me started on that coon ass shit.
Like, I'm thinking more that title. So if you want to say Blambo, be my guest.
I saw that title, bro, and I was just like, they really just got us messed up, don't they?
And then you look, you like
David Allen
David
Greer
Allen
is in that
Greer.
movie, dog.
You're
Yeah,
like,
David
damn,
Allen
you got
Greer
some
is in that
street
movie,
cred, and
bro.
it's like, why are you gonna let your movie fail like this? I don't understand. Like, all
Money, money,
right,
money, money,
they did not
money.
make any money,
Oh,
so
he got paid, dog. He made money, dog.
I mean, Mr. Greer probably did get paid, like David Allen Greer.
I love Dag, dog. But that was a very sus decision, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like, remember that movie Bamboozled in the '90s where everybody was in blackface?
No, I don't believe so.
Yeah, it's called Bamboozled, dog. You got to look it up. It's crazy. And like it's just like the disenchantment of like African American Hollywood, dog. It's just crazy.
Oh
Look
yeah,
it up.
no.
Yeah, you would remember it if you saw
David
it, dog.
Wayne. That was
Mm-hmm.
Spike Lee. All right. Yeah, well, maybe on a never type of day. I I don't
You
know what
got
to tell you.
We gotta brighten this episode up, dog. We are just
Yeah, we
going
do, man.
crazy. We gotta
We
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 gotta
need
spruce it
something.
up, dog.
So I did want to I mean what do we got? We got
Bro, this is
anything
anything could
good?
happen, dog. Nothing, man. I'm about to you know, I got some jeans, dog. You know, it's officially Yom Kippur.
Yes. Happy ha-
Yom Kippur.
happy Yom Yom Kippur, as I do
L'chaim.
have some friends that are Jewish and are doing their thing this evening.
They're doing their thing respectfully doing their thing.
Yeah.
Tootie with the reconnaissance, dog. Tootie, give us a topic. Give us something to talk about,
Yeah,
sis.
because people are not going to be happy with us. They're going to be like,
No, they're
I'm
super. They
depressed.
agree, dog. They agree, dog. That's why it's fake, man. It's not gonna happen, dog. That's why you don't have to worry about it. It's not scary at all. Nuclear war is scarier. You know, or famine, dog.
What? What are you doing? Like, why you keep pulling up like the darkest dark, man? Hey, man, I remember COVID. I remember COVID days. Those
Hey,
were crazy.
hey, man, the Black Death. That was crazy.
Damn,
You
damn,
know.
bro. Um,
It's also Artie Lang's birthday,
cancel.
apparently. How are we canceled, dog? What you mean, dog?
Yeah, I
We could.
don't.
What you mean, dog? You know, these things are they're all universal, dog. So Brian, what can I do to get you into this 1997 Hyundai Elantra, dog? What can I get you into this? What can I do to get you into this vehicle?
Bro, I have a 2009 Hyundai Accent. I mean, I would have got the Elantra, but it was a tad bit out of my price range there. So we just went with the Accent. I'm a big guy. It's a little go-kart. I love that car. And it's been down for a day or two. So we're going to get her fixed up on Monday, though.
What's the craziest thing you've ever done in your car, bro?
Great.
Legally, of course. Legally, of course.
I don't think is, I mean,
You ever
how
pick up a
can,
hitchhiker, bro? You ever pick up a
here,
hitchhiker, bro?
I would prefer to hear what you have done that's crazy in your car legally. Because I cannot honestly say any of the craziest things I've done in a car are going to be things I want on tape.
Legal and crazy don't match. Legal and crazy can match,
Yes.
toots.
Not really.
It's just not as crazy.
No,
There's
not
levels to it.
really.
It's just not as crazy.
So
You know
yes,
what I
Mike,
mean?
go ahead and give us your tale, as I would like to hear this.
No, man. I'm not sure if it's legal or not, but have you ever been on like a single road and a car rushes at you and you're both like going the same direction on the same side of the road and they turn their lights off and you turn your lights off? You play blind chicken in the night. I did that once. Is that legal or illegal?
That's going to be illegal. But in answer to your question, I have had, I don't want to say I played blind chicken. I played blind chicken by myself. And actually, to be fair, full disclosure, I may have, been on the road, may not have been completely with my facilities. We don't know. But at any rate, in
Yeah,
Wisconsin, at night, when you turn
it
off your
was legal,
lights
dog.
and it's snowing, it looks like Star Wars. It looks like you're
Yeah,
in your car and like,
snow
you're
blind.
yeah, dude, and it's going by you.
Snow
And so I
blindness.
did that one night and I turned the lights back on and I kind of scared myself and I threw my car into a tree, my Cadillac, about 3 yards in front of my house and had to get it towed out and then pay
Man,
$4,500 to get the front end fixed. So,
I got
in retrospect,
yeah,
don't do that.
I got chased by the hills of ice all the way through Texas, dog. That was
You got chased
interesting.
by the what?
The hills have eyes. You know, have like I legit I was being followed across like 300 miles by the hills have eyes in Texas, dog.
I know what you did last summer.
What you mean, Tootie? What you mean? Don't do that. It happened, man. I was driving cross country and I saw the lights in the mountain. You know what I'm saying? They're like, "Hey, we got fresh meat," and I was like, "That's creepy." So I did 100 miles an hour. This was like 2 o'clock in the morning. It got to like the sun start breaking. I'm in the next city. I see the flashing, dog. I see the flashing. Dog. I'm like, they on me. So I'm like, I can't leave off this because I don't know where I'm going. I'm just following like MapQuest or something. And the last time I saw the flashing, I saw a car swoop behind me, get my plate, and go back off into a dirt road. I was like, I didn't take Texas back through, dog. That's all I'm saying.
Oh yeah, nah, man. Have you ever had a
Yeah.
Texas chainsaw type of moment where you're like, oh, this is about to go bad if I go into this creepy looking gas station?
Yeah, I had one of those moments in Oxnard, dog. I went up into, when you're on PCH and you're cruising down the side of he's cruising along the beach. You know what I'm saying, along the
Yeah,
coast.
yeah.
I was dropping some friend off like at 11 o'clock, and I got lost because if you don't know where you're going, both sides of north and south look exactly the same. You know what I mean? If
Yeah,
you're on the
with
coast.
yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah, and this was before fancy phones and MapQuest built into the dash, dog. So I accidentally went like 50 miles down the coast into like Oxnard, and I tried like, okay, I can't defeat the beach. I can't beat the beach, right? So I'm gonna go inland, and I'm gonna keep going inland until I find something I know, and I end up going up into the mountains. I'm going down these little Snake Benedict Canyon ass trails, Doug, where there's no rails. Your car could just flip off. And I got scared and said F that and just drove back down the mountain. I went back the way I came. I was bad scared. It was like 1 in the morning. I was on E. My phone was dead. It was rough, Doug. I just went to a gas station. I was like 22. Dog. I was like, I drove into a
Yeah.
gas station and this kid from the Nerdiverse was there, dog. It's just like, point me to LA. He said that way. And I said, thank you. And I tipped him $5 and I got in the car and just drove that way until I hit until I hit something I knew. And I was like,
He's like, that's all
woo.
I needed. I appreciate it. Me
Yeah,
going
a
to LA.
thousand percent. Point me to LA. He said that way. And I said, bet. And I tipped that young man money and I just drove until I found something, Doug.
That
That was a
reminds me of
scary
that.
ass night. I didn't get home till like 3 o'clock in the morning, bro, just driving.
That reminds me of that Twilight Zone episode where he pulls up in the car and it's a different city. You know the episode I'm talking about, or not a different
Yeah,
city.
yeah,
The city's empty, like the last man on Earth, and he's at the
yeah.
gas station and he's waiting for people to come out. You kind of give me vibes of that when you
I
mention
don't
that
think that
story.
kid was real, dog. I think that kid was an angel or something. There was no other cars at the gas station. It was empty.
I
It was
mean,
in the middle of damn nowhere. That kid was an
you know,
angel, dog. A real life
there
one.
are things that go bump in the night. So
He was a cryptid, dog. You know, he was an angel.
cryptid. Shout out Expedition X. I mean, we keep
Shout,
mentioning cryptids. I'm gonna mention my cryptid show, Expedition X.
shout outs to the Jersey Devil, bro. He's out there licking his chops.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
man.
saying? Waiting on
Possible.
people to go in there, waiting on people off the turnpike, Doug, just to catch him. You know, slash their tires with its toes. Whatever the Jersey Devil does, I don't know.
I don't really have a chainsaw moment. I have a cautionary tale. I was in Northern
Ooh,
California gold mining. We're about, I don't know, 5, 10 miles deep in the woods. And, we're sitting down, just having dinner, uh, drinking some whiskey or something. And a cop comes up to the
ooh,
park ranger out of nowhere. Didn't know anyone was around us, just out of nowhere. And he's like, hey, man, he was checking in on us, making sure that we weren't doing anything silly.
yeah,
And
not doing causing any trouble.
once he was aware that we weren't causing trouble, he's like, "Yeah, I need you guys to kind of be on the lookout and be aware because there's some things going on out here." And me, I'm like, "What the hell? What do you mean by
What do
things
you
going
mean?
on
What do you
out?"
mean things going on, bro?
And he's like, "Well, there's some people that kind of live off the grid, and we just want you to make sure that you're safe. I don't know how long you're out here for." I'm like, "All right, that's cool." So we're gold mining, first day, second day, third day. We're like walking. We're walking down the river. We're going like another 5 miles down this river, and all of a sudden, there's a little van, not a van,
Mm,
like a small mobile home thing down by the river.
yep.
And so me and my buddy look, and I'm like, "Yo, man, there's a house down by the river that's not exactly a house, and it had like pails outside and like a white T-shirt on the window." And I looked at my buddy, and I'm like, "Yo, man, you remember that ranger?" He's
Yeah.
like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Let's turn around. Let's go
Let's go
back."
ahead. Let's just go ahead. Listen to the black man, please. Let's just go ahead. My spidey
Back.
sense is ting. This my spidey sense is tingling, Doug.
So yeah, we don't know what they were doing, but I'm assuming they were making meth or something. Something.
Yeah, man, they were just
Uh,
minding their business, dog. We're
dude,
on some Charles Manson shit, dog.
I don't even know how they got the van down by the river. It was literally like a mini RV. Like there's trees everywhere. I'm like,
That
did you
shit came out of the ocean,
airlift
bro.
this thing?
No, that shit came out of the ocean. It
Like,
rose out the ocean. Dog. That shit rose out the ocean like Aquaman, dog.
so
Like oh, that reminds me of like the LA adage, don't don't stay at Venice Beach past sundown. Just for those
sure.
who like if you're visiting. Okay, everyone from LA knows this, but if you're ever visiting Los Angeles, to anyone within the sound of my damn voice, Santa Monica Pier, sure, sun goes down, it becomes a nice little quiet little quainty thing. There's music playing. Sometimes they let the Ferris wheel keep going, get some dinner.
A lot of
Great.
families hanging out. Yeah,
Families hanging out. Great.
postcardy. Yeah.
Golf karting. Get you a nice little drink. Venice Beach, when the sun goes down, you head out. It's time to go. Oh no, Toot said that Santa Monica's defeated, Doug.
Oh,
It got taken by the zombie apocalypse as well, Doug.
oh yeah, man. When I moved to LA, I moved into Santa Monica, and it was awesome. What is this? 2012. It was
Yeah.
gorgeous every day. I hear Santa Monica is just a nightmare right now, man. You can get pulled out of your car. You got burglaries happening. I read some crap the other day, like like two dudes on film breaking into houses, multiple houses, and it's like on the community board on social media, like, hey, be aware of these two dudes, and they're just on film, not hiding faces, and I'm just like, dude,
They don't give a
do you know
damn,
how
Doug.
much rent is in Santa Monica?
You think they would cut out the riffraff, Doug?
Dude, rent is not cheap for those type of shenanigans. That's all I'm saying.
Bruh, it's gonna get real. You talk about the optimists. They're gonna be storming Santa Monica Pier, dog, cleaning all that up. The RoboCops, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Nice
Because all you
area.
need to do with Optimus is put a gun in his hand, and it's RoboCop, dog.
Robo.
It never
It's a.
misses. It never misses, dog.
But it's not
It
as
has.
it. It's definitely
It's not
not as
as
scary as
cool.
Robocop. Look, if they rolled out RoboCop, I would literally be like, "Oh shit, that thing is scary."
No,
Optimus is like, yeah, that's. It reminds me
bruh,
of Rosie from the Jetsons.
bruh.
It's
All you need
like,
to do is put some spiked shoulder pads on that hoe on that bitch. Put some spiked shoulder pads on that bitch. Give it mad pockets like Cable. That thing will be terrifying, dog. See 50 of them with AR-15s, dog.
I
Get
mean,
me out of here, dog.
I'm kind of excited. I kind of want to see it. I know it's going to be Terminator-y, but we
But
watched the movies. Like, why not? Why not delve into it? You know what I mean?
because I don't want that in my backyard, dog.
Oh,
Let it stay
oh,
on the celluloid, bro.
oh. All right. So you're fine just watching it on TV, but you don't want to participate. I
I
understand.
don't want to die, dog. I need. There's things I need to do still. Like I need to do like 3 or 4 things before I'm out of here, and I don't want that cut short by the robot apocalypse, dog. But what I was saying was is that Venice Beach at night is rough. Don't go. The remember I talked about Chuds a couple episodes back, the cannibalistic human. Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Unless you're in the drum circle, and even in the drum circle, you can get poked up. So you gotta keep your head on the swivel. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I cannot think of one time I was walking down Venice Beach and I did not see just gnarly type of shenanigans. And by gnarly
Yeah.
shenanigans, meaning things that you don't want to be seeing in any way, shape, or form. And
It,
I mean, like, look, I'm a basketball fan. I thought about going
it
to the
gives
courts one day,
it gives
playing
like
some
70s New
basketball.
York vibes, dog. You
Bro,
know,
I watched some dude get his ass beat on the basketball
or you
courts.
complete.
And I'm just like, nah, I'm good. I'm good, man.
No, you got to make a choice. Unless you down, like Brian, you need to go out there and become Charles Bronson and handle it, dog. Clean it up, dog. Clean up the mean streets, dog.
Nah, I do like me some Death Wish though, bro.
Yeah, you need to death wish it up, dog. What was that one movie with Michael Douglas where he was the school teacher with and
Falling down, bro.
falling down. He had a mental breakdown. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think he had a mental breakdown. He just lost his crap. He said, you know
Yeah.
what? Today is that day. And, I definitely blame him. I'm glad we're talking about this in a movie setting versus real life. People, be responsible. But yeah, man, like every once in a while, you got to tell the boss, you know what? I don't care. And I will say, my Star Wars
Job and
training,
shove it. Yeah.
being a fan of the dark side books and just the Imperial Order, not a fan, but just understanding them a tad bit better and being a little older in my years. I'm going to tell you something that's not super popular. Do you know that when your boss just tells you to do something, they really kind of appreciate it when you just do it? Like follow the damn order and just do it.
Yeah.
Like you may have a thought, that's cool, but if you're in the ISB, like it's like, hey,
Brian,
give me
that's
orders.
anybody. Nobody wants flack, dog. Don't give me flack. If I ask you to do something, just do it.
It took me 150 Star Wars books
No
before I
one,
started going, you know,
nobody wants flack, bro. Like, just
eh,
sometimes you wish things to, but sometimes people have fiery, passionate dispositions, and they refuse, Doug. And you got to roll with that too. But is it easier to go through life and just be like, hey, can you throw that out? Throw that in the trash? And they don't even
yeah,
say anything, they just do it.
yeah,
That's a good feeling, dog. Nobody wants lip, dog,
no.
ever. But there's some humans on Earth that are lip machines, and they refuse. They will not go quietly into the night.
Well, I'm not a lip machine, but I definitely have thoughts.
You can have thoughts to shut up and do it.
Just shut up
You
and do
know?
it. Yeah, and I guess that's what I'm saying. I have an appreciation for at this late stage of the game. I
Yeah.
a normal man with very little patience left. Yes, Tootie,
Yes.
Michael Douglas, for sure. He reached his end. That's
Yeah.
it. He was
He
like,
had enough, Doug. He was like, I'm over it.
I'm
I'm
done.
over all of it. I'm over the entire system, Doug. And it's crazy that be responsible, but has any of us ever had the breaking point where you went crazy for 0.5 seconds and then pulled it together? You know what I'm saying? Like, you've had a rough day and you get your Mickey D's McDouble and there's onions in it. You just want to just go outside and just jump. You know what I'm saying? Just flip a car over. Just me.
Nah.
You never hit the Joker break in your brain where you're like, yeah, if I didn't have 3 cents, I would just become a supervillain right now.
You know what I mean? Back in the day, perhaps, but now in these Jedi years, I definitely try to pause
Yeah, you're
for a
too
quick
mellow, dog.
second
Maybe I
before
am a Sith, dog.
j-
Maybe I am a Sith, dog.
Dude, there
Because
was
I have a
something that came on the other day, and I was like, "That's
like
Mike." They were talking about the damn Sith, and I'm like,
maybe I maybe
"Mike,
I am a Sith, dog. Because me, sometimes I'm gonna keep it a buck. I let the intrusive thoughts win, dog. Sometimes I let the intrusive thoughts win, dog.
there is
And
no
maybe
emotion,
that's my
there is
flaw,
peace. There
bro.
is no emotion, there is peace."
You know what makes me peaceful? Throwing this burger back through the drive-through window because they put fucking onions on it. I said no onions.
No, man, no,
Pardon my French. Pardon
it's
my French.
it's not the way. And now I kind of want a hamburger. I
Yeah,
had
man, get you up,
spaghetti earlier, but that's yeah.
bro. We got a minute left on this hour-long, dynamic duo, dog. What do you want to say to the world before we call it for the week, dog?
I want to say that thank you for tuning in, and I'm very sorry if you got depressed there for a second, but we did try and pull her right back up, just
Okay,
right back up.
Joe, Joe, I will extend this podcast a whole another 30 minutes to explain why I hate onions. Joe, please don't do this to
Yeah,
us,
bro,
dog.
why you hating onions? Caramelized onions as well? What are
Okay,
we doing? A double double? No, no works. No onions? Come on, man.
no onions.
Ah,
It's the texture, bro. It's the little crunchy crunch that they make in your brain that you're not supposed to hit, dog.
what
It's a little crunchy
crunchy
crunch.
in your brain?
It's
What do you eat? What do you call an onion?
the
Let's get on the
devil's
same.
lettuce, dog. It's the devil's lettuce, dog. It's
I don't.
it's created by Satan.
I ate a lot of onions. There's no crunchy crunch. I'm telling you, MOTN eats. We got to do this, man. We got to.
Tootie, I'm gonna put this up only because you're literally a master of the nerdiverse, so I have to respect what you say. But I'm a grown ass man who just doesn't like onions. I don't like them. I don't like the way they
Grilled
smell.
onion.
I don't like when you cut them. I don't like when you cut them to make you cry. I don't like. I don't like.
What about
I don't
an
like the way
onion
that they
bowl
talk. I don't
from
like the.
Fridays, man? Like
Uh,
fried onions, onion rings, just an onion
no,
bowl?
man. You know what the worst thing on earth? You know what I? You know what I do? I order a Western bacon cheeseburger with the onion rings, and I peel the batter off the onion ring and put it back on the burger and throw out the onion.
Now I have to tell you that is super creative and not something my brain would have went to because I'm eating the onion ring, but I like it. I like it. But
This is what happens when you have a nerdiverse, a master level intellect with nothing else to do. I probably could have
man,
rewritten the genome by now, but I'm figuring out new
how about
de-onioning. Hmm?
French onion like dip? How about French onion dip?
I have one exception:
All right.
Fun-
Let's hear it.
Funyuns.
That's not an onion, bro.
That's an onion. It's a science. It's a science onion, Doug. If not onion, why onion shaped, Doug? If not onion, why onion shaped, Doug?
Gordon Ramsay is flipping over wherever he's
Well,
at right now,
you kiss my
hearing
black
you
ass,
say that.
Doug. Onions are forbidden, Doug. That's one thing
Yeah.
I can't get past. I've never liked onion. Can't get past it, Doug. Gordon Ramsay can kiss my ass.
I
Onions are
mean,
out, Doug.
I would be willing to sit here for another 30 minutes and discuss this with you because
But we
onions
have to
are
end the
fantastic.
show. I
Yeah.
I would not. I'm not here to yuck your yum. Okay, you want to eat onions and have bad breath, and you know what I'm saying, and be all hot and sweaty and
How,
oniony. That's
where
all. That's
where are
all
these other
y'all.
symptoms coming from eating
that's part of
onions?
the that's part of the onion experience, dog. It makes you sweaty. You know.
What?
Hey Tootie, if you want to jump on, because we're only going to be here for another 5 minutes to talk about how much I hate onions. If you want to, you have the link. If you want to jump in real quick and talk about how much I hate onions for the next, let's say 3 minutes, you can.
Look,
I hate them.
jalapeno peppers? That makes you
I,
sweat. Do you eat a
yeah,
pepper?
jalapenos are bomb. I love
So
jalapeno
then what's wrong with an onion?
because a jalapeno pepper is not an onion.
But it still makes you sweat.
I don't mind the sweating. I mind the gross texture and taste and the looseness. I don't like that they're circular. I don't
Someone
I don't like anything about it, dog. I don't like nothing
someone
about it,
get
dog.
this man some onion rings from a Midwestern bowling alley, please. Stat.
I will I will have a conniption fit. You want to see me go to jail that night? You make me eat an onion, dog. I would just start swinging my arms violently like Blanca, nigga. Like I will start going crazy. I will I will lose all I will lose all signs of fuck, fucking like reason and normality. I will go feral. If you shove an onion ring in my mouth, my eyes are going white like a zombie. In the next 15 minutes, everything has to die, dog.
I'm
I'm
gonna
telling you
be
how
like
I'm
Blanca.
I'm just gonna be like, I'm out of here, dog. Michael's gone for the next 5 minutes while he gets the onion out of his system.
Oh
That's
my
what happens
god.
when I eat. My parents tried. Mom would sneak onions in the meatloaf, bro. That drove me crazy, and I just start kicking the air out of anger. You know what I'm saying? Friends, oh, have a blooming onion.
A blooming
Fuck,
freaking onion.
F you, man. I just take a
The,
Pepsi, dog. Let me just get a Pepsi, dog.
the
Like
inferior Drake. It's not surprising. Dude, you're Sith. You're Sith. There's
Pepsi
no
is the African American soda, dog. What are you talking about? Pepsi,
I
not Coke.
look, unless we were talking about Grape
What are you talking
Crush,
about?
I did not
What are
think
we
that
talking
there
about
was
today?
an African American drink. Like, what are
I
you
can't
talking
hear
about
you.
Pepsi? What do you mean
We're
you
not
can't
doing
hear
this, Brian. I can
What
hear
do you
you
mean
now.
you can't hear me?
We're
Oh,
not doing this, Brian. Pepsi is superior to Coke. Everyone knows this. Coca
Mike,
Cola is robot sweat. Have you ever tasted it and really used your tongue and your sinews and
Michael,
stuff?
stop it.
Don't Michael be, dog. Pepsi is superior, dog. Pepsi is the superior drink of choice. A Coca-Cola.
MOTN Nerdiverse poll: Coke or Pepsi?
I'm putting it up
You put
tonight.
it out there.
See,
You put it out there, man. Coke or Pepsi?
Coke is only good at McDonald's to a fountain. And if you live in the 1950s and it's in a bottle because it has cocaine in it.
What do you have? A Pepsi float? Have you ever had like a Pepsi float? You're like, I got
Yeah,
some ice
like a
cream.
little scoop of ice cream, scoop, a little Pepsi float.
No,
You put
that
a
goes with
Pepsi.
Coca-Cola.
No, it goes with Pepsi, dog. You put a 1 liter Pepsi in the fridge. You let it frost up a little bit, becomes a little slushy, bro. A little icy,
Yeah, I mean, I got a
icy,
great crush in
icy
there
cold
right
drink.
now. Because, that's reasonable. I'm an African American. That's what's going to happen. Grape soda.
Grape soda
Reason.
rules.
But back to, like, dude, I don't.
You want to know the
Judy?
difference between a Pepsi and a Coke, dog? You want to know the difference? When you open a Coke and it does that, that's
Yes.
all the carbonation you're getting out that thing, dog. That's all the
What do you
carbonation, dog.
mean? It burns your mouth.
Oh,
Drink it.
Tootie's coming in hot, dog. What are you
Coming
Oh,
doing,
in
my
Toots?
bad.
hot.
I'm sorry.
You coming in
My
hot, dog.
bad.
That's
I'm not gonna
okay. Jump
stay
in
very
this.
long, but
No,
I just
we're
wanted
about
to
to
say
end, dog.
hi.
We're running late. Hey, Toots, what's going on?
I know you're 6 minutes late. That's
Because they
crazy.
got me fired up. They're threatening me. Dog.
That's
I'm getting
because you're
jumped over
saying
here.
some salacious types of things right at the end here, like, oh, I'm going to say this and we'll get off the cast. Everything's good. I'm not going to let it stand. Come on,
Onions
man.
are gross, bro. They've been gross. Onions.
Tootie, Coke, Pepsi, onions. Where are you coming in at?
Pepsi over Coke for sure. Onions all day.
I was just about to praise you, and then you had to betray me. The betrayal.
Why?
You know
What do
what?
you mean? Because of
Like
the
I said,
onions?
yes, you're holding
First
me
of
down
all,
with the
like
Pepsi.
we're adults, dude. Like adults eat
What does that have to do
onions.
with? What does that have to do with food, dog? Being an adult.
It's a good food to
That's
have
nothing.
in your.
So it's garlic. I eat a lot of garlic, dog. Garlic's good.
That's true. That's true. That garlic is
It's
good. I
healthy.
don't know where to put this camera. I can't. There we go. Okay.
Yeah, Brussels sprouts, bro. That's an adult food of choice, dog.
Dude,
Bourbon.
Brussels sprouts and onions roasted? Come on, man. Little olive oil, salt, little cracked black. Come on, man. Dude.
Black crack. I mean,
Yes.
he's
A
right.
little black crack.
Not that type
This
of
is what we
black
miss.
crack.
See, this is what we miss when
Not that
Tootie's not
type
on the
of black.
podcast. But
No, he's right
but
though.
black don't crack unless we add black crack.
You can add in some potatoes, man. Get yourself a meal.
Onion. Every time you eat an onion, you slowly give yourself to Beelzebub, dog. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying
Do
to save your
onions make
soul.
you sweat? I've never heard of
Uh,
this before.
Onions make you sweaty and gross like a southern lawyer, dog. I do declare it's eating onions, dog.
I don't.
Onions
All of
don't
that's
make you
fact.
sweat, but you smell like onions when you sweat. And garlic.
That's what I'm
Oh,
talking about. Mhm.
that's
Yeah.
what he means.
You want to
I
walk around
mean,
smelling like a hot garbage? Dog?
look, I've
Nobody
had
does.
someone say you smell like vodka after a
I'd rather
couple of
smell like at least
nights
I
out.
would smell like
I've
vodka than
never
smell
had
like
anyone
onions, bro.
Hmm.
look at me and go, "Hey, man, you ate that double cheeseburger. You smell like fried onions." Like it's
Okay,
not a conversation that's come
you're
up.
on a date. You're on a date,
Yeah.
right? Y'all both go to Five Guys and get burgers, and he gets the burger with the Super Nintendo onions. They reaching for the kiss, and the garlic and the onion breath bellows out like a xenomorph mouth. Are you kissing her with
Yes.
onion breath?
Fried
That
onions,
is
bro.
disgusting, dog.
I think essentially you'd probably both have the same type of breath though if you're both
I mean,
eating
Not,
I'm certain.
hamburgers,
I didn't
right?
have onions. I didn't have
I'm
onions.
certainly not ordering and onions on my burger. You know what I mean? Oh well, I'm
You
on a
want hot
date. I'm
onion
gonna
breath
skip
and
the
think you coming
onions.
in for the kiss, dog?
Look,
Nah, that's a
if you can't
strikeout, dog.
handle onions, this is not a match made in
It's not
heaven.
about
Like,
handling. It's not about handling anything, dog. It's about them being gross and evil, and they're like mosquitoes. Why are they here? Why is the mosquito here, dog? You know, I don't
that is
understand.
something I will agree with
You know
completely.
what? On that note, we're 10 minutes past. We're not. This is a fight neither of us can win.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
But we
This is
may
a
see
fight.
it again on MOTN Eats. I'm gonna keep plugging away at them, folks.
That
I'll do
that'd be
an eat.
fun. That sounds like fun actually. MOT and eat sounds like a blast. That's a
Hey
good
Brian,
idea.
can you set up a If you set up a camera and cook, and I can just talk and drink, we can do that, bro.
I mean, how about we just talk about food? I can do that. 4 hours.
Okay, we're not gonna do this here because we're live, but we're gonna sit down and break down the logistics of what MOTN eats could be, and we're gonna do the Baconator versus the Big Mac, and we're just gonna start from there.
That's all you guys.
Tootie went, ugh. You see your ugh face? That was what, ugh. I don't know. What. I'm just spitballing here,
I mean,
team.
can
Good
we go
start.
taco
That's a good
versus
start.
pizza or something like that? Like, how
What?
about
I,
Coke versus Pepsi?
we already established that Pepsi is the winner. So,
We did not establish. Brian just stopped talking.
no, it was two out of three.
All
The
right,
vote.
I
This is
suppose
a
that is.
democracy.
Yeah, that is
This is a
correct.
democracy.
Well, doesn't mean I have to go along with the democracy.
No,
It's just
man. I'm not gonna yuck
a
your
wrong
yum.
vote
Just
cast. You know what I mean? Like, I'm
it's
not going to get
fine.
on anybody for that.
No, you
Yeah.
guys like onions. It's fine. Okay, we're gonna close it there. Tootie, thank you for coming in the clutch to
Bye,
answer our
guys.
questions.
See
Have
ya.
fun.
And we're going to call it there. See you guys next Friday. We're having the next episode. MOTM lore, the box is going to be tight. So um, look forward to that. Me and Brian are going to jump on and talk about the Lament configuration. Making him watch Hellraiser movies is going to be excellent. It's going to be tight. Thank you for everyone who stopped by. Thank you. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you, Brennan. Thank you, Mike G Prime. Anyone who's watching this, I thank you all. Have a good night, Brian. Any last words before we close this out?
Have a nice weekend. Enjoy yourself. Deuces. Thanks for hanging out, and look forward to seeing you again. Keep an eye out for that Hellraiser podcast because I am going to watch some Hellraiser right now.
Yep. Keep an eye out for that. Thank you all. Have a good night. Take care.
See ya.